Imagine walking home at night, the moonlight barely piercing through the thick, twisted branches of a giant mango tree. The air is still and quiet, except for the gentle rustling of leaves. Suddenly, you smell the distinct, earthy aroma of tobacco smoke. You look around, but no one is there. A chill runs down your spine. That's when you realize you're not alone. The Kapre is watching. This is a feeling many in the Philippines know well, a story whispered from one generation to the next. The Kapre is one of the most iconic figures in Philippine mythology, a towering, mysterious tree giant. But what is a Kapre, really? Where did its story come from? Let's dive into the fascinating lore of this gentle giant of the forest. The Kapre is typically described as a massive creature, standing anywhere from 7 to 9 feet tall. It's dark-skinned, incredibly hairy, and has a powerful, muscular build. Its most defining feature, a huge, perpetually lit cigar that it smokes while perched high up in the branches of large, old trees like the acacia, mango, or the mystical balete tree. Its name, Kapre, actually has a fascinating history. It comes from the Arabic word kafir, which means non-believer. The term traveled through trade routes and was later adopted into Spanish as kafir, which originally referred to certain African peoples. Over time, in the Philippines, the term evolved to describe this specific mythical creature, a giant living in the trees. Now, you might think a giant creature lurking in the dark sounds terrifying, and while Kapres can be intimidating, they aren't usually considered outright evil like the malevolent aswang. They are more often seen as mischievous tricksters. They enjoy playing pranks on travelers, making them lose their way in the forest, a phenomenon known as nalalaga. Sometimes, they might make strange rustling sounds in the trees or cause a sudden, unexplained feeling of being watched. They represent the mystery of the unknown, the untamed spirit of nature, and the importance of showing respect for the world around us. There are countless stories about the Kapre, each one a little different depending on the region. One popular tale from the province of Cebu speaks of a farmer who was known for his stubbornness. The village elders had always warned everyone not to cut down the ancient acacia tree that stood at the edge of his field. They said it was the home of a Kapre. The farmer, however, scoffed at their superstitions. One day, needing more land for his crops, he decided to ignore the warnings and began chopping at the tree's base. That night, as the farmer headed home, a strange feeling washed over him. He heard a low, deep laughter echoing in the darkness, a sound that seemed to come from the very air around him. His small gas lamp flickered and died, plunging him into near total darkness. A thick cloud of tobacco smoke, smelling of sweet leaves and damp earth, filled the air. He looked up, and his heart froze. There, perched on a massive branch of the acacia tree, was the Kapre. It was even larger than the stories described, its body a dark silhouette against the moon. Its eyes glowed like two red-hot embers in the night. The farmer was paralyzed with fear, certain his life was over. But the Kapre didn't move to harm him. Instead, a deep, rumbling voice whispered through the leaves, a voice that sounded like the creaking of old wood and the rustling of the wind. "Respect the trees," it said, "and they will protect you." The farmer didn't need to be told twice. He turned and fled, not stopping until he reached the safety of his home. From that day on, he never again touched the old acacia tree. In fact, he became its staunchest protector. He would leave small offerings of fruit and rice at its base as a sign of respect. And a strange thing happened. His crops began to flourish like never before. His harvests were bountiful, and his family never went hungry. The Kapre never troubled him again. But sometimes, on a quiet night, he would catch the faint scent of tobacco smoke on the breeze and smile, knowing the guardian of the forest was watching over him. Stories like this one blend fear with a powerful moral lesson about respecting nature. It's a theme that resonates deeply in a culture so closely tied to the land. So let me ask you, would you dare to sit under a giant mango tree at midnight? Do you believe there are spirits or guardians protecting our ancient forests? These stories aren't just for scaring children. They are a vital part of our cultural heritage, a way of connecting with our ancestors and the world around us. They teach us that there's more to the world than what we can see, and that some places are sacred and deserve our reverence. This connection between the Kapre's lore and environmental awareness is more relevant today than ever. The idea of respecting trees and nature is at the heart of these myths. And if you, like us, are captivated by the mystery of the Kapre and want to bring a piece of this fascinating folklore into your life, we've got something special for you. Check out our limited edition Kapre-inspired mugs and shirts. They're perfect for storytellers, folklore lovers, and anyone who appreciates the rich tapestry of mythology. You can find them right now on our website. So, The next time you ray out walking on a quiet evening, and you smell that unmistakable scent of tobacco smoke under a big, old tree, remember, it might not just be a passerby, it could be the caper, watching, waiting, and reminding us all that myths and legends live as long as we continue to tell their stories. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the heart of Philippine folklore. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales from the islands. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.